Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Where do you think she is?
At the moment, probably dead, because I haven't heard from her.
Well, I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
did you have anything to do with your wife disappearing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. You didn't hurt your wife?
Absolutely not.
You didn't kill your wife?
Absolutely not.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna help me, right? I don't care if you kill me, man. Just help me.
This is Edward Pautenis, 59 years old, and when police came to ask about his missing wife, he sat down and talked for over an hour. About her boyfriends, about her weight, about her cheating, about everything except what actually happened to her.
I'm a little frail old man, dude.
And nobody's saying anything but that.
On October 22nd, 2019, police in Granbury, Texas responded to a welfare check at the Pautenis home. Jennifer Pautenis, 29 years old, EMS worker, mother of 2, hadn't shown up to work in days. Her family in Florida hadn't heard from her, and her husband Edward had been telling everyone the same story. She ran off with another man. The police didn't need to get involved. Nothing to worry about. Jennifer was 30 years younger than Edward. They had 2 children together, ages 5 and 7. And on the night she disappeared, those children were home. They saw what happened. And when investigators later spoke to them at a child advocacy center, both children said they were not allowed to talk about their mother disappearing because it was a secret. There was something else. When Texas Rangers searched the house, they found drawings the children had made. A man with a gun, a woman lying on the ground, floating up to the sky. When investigators started pulling threads, Edward's story had holes everywhere. He hadn't filed a missing persons report. He had cut off contact with Jennifer's family in Florida. He had taken the children out of school for a week, and he had quietly moved a white van.
Why is that blood in the back of that van? Why is that blood in the back of the van that you know is in the back of that van? You cleaned it. Why did you clean it?
One detectives had seen parked outside the house on their first visit to a storage unit somewhere in San Antonio. He couldn't remember exactly where. Jennifer's family found it first. Watch as Edward sits across from detectives and spends an hour telling them everything about his wife's affairs, convinced he is walking out of that room a free man. Watch him call himself a frail old man. Watch him have an explanation for everything. And watch what happens when detectives bring him back in handcuffs. At the end of this video, you will see the sentence Edward Pautenis received.
I don't care what you come up with. There is not a story that gets you out of that. There is not a story that gets you out of that, man.
This is his interrogation.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good.
Ed Pautenis. And you are?
Gary
What? Oh, you're Morris. You're the guy I've been talking to on the phone a few times.
Cool. We got another ranger coming in here in a second here. Awesome. Okay. We'll check on something.
Awesome. I hope you guys have
You go by
Ed.
Edward?
Ed.
Just Ed? Okay. Ed, my name's Don Stoner, and I'm
Awesome. You're the guy that called me.
Yes, I'm the guy.
Somebody to talk to.
I won't get started till my partner gets
That's
in
fine.
here. But I will. Let's see.
I can. You wouldn't believe me all the time in my life. Oh my God. This is nuts.
So, Edward, let's start off telling me a little bit about y'all's relationship, how y'all met, where y'all came from, and everything.
Okay. I'm from Florida. Born in Pennsylvania. Raised and married 2 times.
Met 2 times previously.
Yep. Never in
Up north
No, in Florida.
in Florida.
Yeah, my first wife, we split. Fooling around on me.
Okay.
We split. One of these girls more than me, so I'm like, okay, fine. We split. That was back in the 80s. Met a second wife through a job where I worked, in a machine shop. We were together 17, 18 years. Married maybe 9.
Okay.
We married 97, divorced. They don't want to go there that long. 2017, 18, something like that. You got to look it up before we do it. You know, a little Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Debbie and I were married. Jen's story, part of the story I've never told anyone. Jen was my stepson's girlfriend at the time.
He says this in the first 3 minutes. No explanation, no apology. His wife, the mother of his 2 children, was his stepson's girlfriend when they met. She was 18. He was in his late 40s. And he describes the beginning of their relationship the same way he describes everything else in this interrogation, as something that happened to him. She moved in. They got together. Things just blossomed. At no point does he acknowledge the obvious power imbalance. At no point does he consider that a teenager living in the back of a car might not have had many options. Because in Edward Pautenis' version of every story, Edward Pautenis is always the victim, always the one who gave everything, always the one who got nothing back. Pay attention to this, because he is going to use it for the next hour. And then he is going to use it to justify what he did to her.
Okay. Okay. Can she move in? Can this girl move in? Nobody moves in my house, so I'm a pretty good, person with morals, so I'm doing that. I came in, we met, blah, blah, yeah, okay, let her move in. Jen and I basically spent a lot of time together now. I swear I haven't touched her. So, my wife comes home one afternoon and says, and they have a TV store down there, she says, I told her, my mom's sick. She says, well, so I want to go up to Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, within 10 miles. And my wife, hysterically, why don't you take your fat girlfriend with you? Throws a lot of keys at me, busts the china cabinet glass out of my mom's china cabinet in my house. This is my second wife. And I looked at Jen. This is exactly how I got together with her. I said, well, I gotta go, I'm going to Pennsylvania to see my mom. My brother's calling me. She says, go, take your fat girlfriend. I said, you want to come with me? Jen says, give me a few minutes. Anyway, yeah. Jen and I, when we got back, my wife says, you'll never set foot in this house again. Calls all these sheriffs and all these people. And then he's like, well, okay, fine. I ended up leaving with Jen. We lived in the back of my car for a couple of days. Jen and I get together, 2008. We lived together for, up until 2 years ago, we got married. October,
Was that in Texas or Florida?
We got married in Florida. But until then, it was always with her, like she wants to go have a fun with this girl and guy. She wants to go have a fun with Scott. She wants to go have all this extra thing, and she's not like, so I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm not the swinging, going out there trying to, I'm not that guy. But I go with you, I'm like, you, this is what you do. As the years go on, we went to the fantasy parade for the gay people. I'm not gay. Down in Key West. There's a big thing about that. She had to see herself on video on YouTube. Shorten the story in a little bit. A few years go by. I mean, this went on off and on for years.
This is the ex-wife?
This is the wife I have now, Jen.
Jen. Okay.
Jen, that I'm with right now. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So this has been since the beginning of our relationship.
Because y'all were together a while before you got married, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes. 8 years. I've been with her 10.
Okay. That's what.
So I was with her for 8 years.
Okay.
It's always some stuff, and I'm not, I mean, we all have a degree of jealousy to us. It's like, what are you doing? We all have that. You can't tell me that. But I also have like a self-control of, well, I understand that. I'm half your age. And I didn't get together with her because I was chasing some young girl.
Right.
I got together with her because I was forced out of my home. Her parents, you're not stepping foot in this house. That's the story I was told. Now, Jen gets pregnant. And this was, James was 7, so it had been 8 years ago. Jen gets pregnant. Oh my God, I'm going to be a dad. He's going to be a dad badge and this badge and that badge. She's a drinker. I'm not. No, I can. Me, you, all three of us, we can go somewhere and pound some alcohol right now, and tomorrow I'm going to say goodbye. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't do dope. Please. test me all you want. I'm not that good. Jen gets pregnant. Her friend's at the house. Well, I'm always worried the next around the corner and they're giggling and laughing, drinking and partying. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said something to me one night. And she says, well, I was with 3 different guys this month, so he might not even be yours. And we already knew that it was going to be a boy. And I'm like, I need D on the side. I need my side D. I need my side D and blah. Well, that's what you want, sweetheart. You go right ahead. So I'm good with that. I knew already we had for this, Scott and his wife. There was some other girl, Ashley something. Don't think I wouldn't touch her. What's her and some boy that never showed up. All this stuff happened.
Let me stop you right there.
No, it's a long story.
I know, that's
Go on into it. I'm just trying to tell you this whole story of how things happen.
We're going to get there, but we're going to have to hone in a little bit.
Hone in for me, because I'm going to say earlier, I'm no one to talk to.
Okay. Again, man, I appreciate you voluntarily coming up here and
Please.
talking to us. I mean, we can kind of work this thing out.
But she's the Chris guy. And we moved to Texas. We got married after that.
So Chris was in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got married shortly after that. I asked her to marry me. We moved to Texas. I promised, I'm done with that now. We moved to Texas. She gets this EMS job offered to her or went for it, whatever it was. She went to Louisville to school, stayed a week, had to stay an extra day, called genital herpes, and brought that home to me.
Okay.
That brought it back out in the open. Now we're doing this in Texas. Okay. We're going to do in Texas? No, so it was just an accident.
This before your son?
No, my son's already been born. That's this year. Yeah, this is after Star. Star came along somewhere in between. There's a 9 and that was mine. She goes to Louisville, takes training for this EMS classes, or whatever she's going to be, 911, whatever she does up there, it's ambulances. Catches, brings that home to me, then admits to me, I slept with 2 Mexican guys and picked them up in this bar and all this crap. I mean, come on. There's two things to this story. I'm going to make a joke. I want to make you laugh here. A friend of mine told me years ago, they're all, if they're not, they're lying. And it's just like, that's the way it is. And she takes all these nudie pictures of herself with her selfie stick and her thing, and oh my God, she's fat. Jen is 250 pounds. If I look at these pictures, she looks 130 pounds, dude.
His wife has been missing for days. Her family in Florida hasn't heard from her. Her co-workers are worried. And Edward Pautenis is sitting across from a detective telling him about her weight. Voluntarily, without being asked. This is not a grieving husband searching for words. This is a man who came into this room with a plan. The plan is to spend as much time as possible painting Jennifer as a bad wife. Unfaithful, unstable, difficult. So that when the questions get harder, the detective already has a picture of a woman who might just leave. Who might just disappear. Who might just run off with another man. He is not describing his missing wife. He is building his alibi.
Jen's 250 pounds.
Yeah.
She says she's not. And another thing about her, she had this stomach surgery that cuts your stomach down, right? She's lost all this weight, and she has a lot of sagging skin. She calls it her front butt. It looks like she got a butt in the front and a butt in the back. And, but she's fatter than she appears. One day she comes up to me, she says, I want to meet this guy. And he's like one of my girlfriends, this girlfriend of hers, she plays with. They're from all over the country, some in South Africa, all over the world maybe. Let me say this in the wrong term, I'm not a total racist, but I might be part one. Some sand, they're from all over the world. Okay? But she likes the people from the United States. They must be clawing at the fact like dogs in heat. Okay. Just didn't get here quick enough. Oh my God, that's too long. Or she says, well, I'm going to Tennessee because she already made arrangements that she was going to Tennessee to give herself some thinking time. Because, oh my God, and for what it is she's got so much going on. freaking brain, she doesn't understand which way she's coming, right, left, and up and down. I know that. I lay my kids down in the bed. I got a chair next to the bed that I sit in, right up, pretty much next to the window. And I'll sit like this, and I'll put my Bible story on, and think, well, I can listen to them bicker and fight, I need a drink, and I need this, and I forgot my stuffy, and it goes on. It happens every single day. I get the video playing. I think, I'm pretty certain that James fell asleep first. I can't guarantee that. One of the kids was asleep, the other kid wasn't. We're both, where I'm sitting there, Jen comes up. Now she's listening to videos. No, she's got, say it wrong. Let me say it this wrong way. I'm saying it this way. She has music, bend me over, shit that I have gave her, and she gets angry at me. Do not play that around my 5-year-old daughter. I will not. I refuse to. If I put my foot down for anything in my life, do not do it. That, too. She's got this freaking music playing. I can hear her laughing. Now, I couldn't tell you. Now, the music's playing, plus she's laughing. Now, was she on her tablet? Was she on the video game playing that video game? Was she on the phone? I can't say, but she spends most of the time on that video game, on that chat, or Snapchat. I'm laying my kids down. I'm playing the Bible video. I hear all this noise in there. So it's noisy, but no, I can't hear baby. She comes up to the front door of the bedroom and says, "Night, everybody." And it's too loud in here. Really? Okay, night. She closes the bedroom door. She's never really done that. She's never actually walked down that hall like that and complained about it. She's the one that plays the loud music. She's the one that's playing shit so crazily that it racks your brain all the way out. But I always let that Bible video finish playing. It's 27 minutes long. It's on a 27-minute interval. 27 minutes. She's up down the hall up front. I hear my front door of the house. And now I'm in a big house, dude. This thing goes thump. And I hear it when it goes thump. I heard, now this is a door closing. I thought this is odd. I hear the dog. And 3 chihuahuas, a little alarm clocks. And if someone's around you, they come and pee on your foot. So I hear the dog barking. I hear her voice from the front yard porch area right near, because Star's room is 2 windows down, but there's glass. I hear going, "Shut up, shush it," or something to the dog. Dog's got quiet. Well, get it outside. No, whatever. Hindsight again. Maybe she's in her van. No, it didn't dawn on me. She's outside. Less than a minute. And I swear to you, less than a minute. I hear a little car. It wasn't, I don't got a vehicle. Let's just call it a vehicle. And he's her to this. I can't say she was in a vehicle because I didn't see her get in it. But I'm in a quiet neighborhood, man. There's not that much traffic there. But there's some shit across the street over there. I call them that. That's how they act. I hear a little vehicle. Like ease off in first gear. It didn't sound like it revved out. But dude, I'm telling you, that thing, and I'm a car. It was a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 4-cylinder. Could have been a mini truck, could have been a mini car, could have been any kind of car. It was a mini one though. And I heard 4 gears, so it had a gear shift, just peel off. Down the road, and it wasn't like a racing car, it wasn't a fart muffler, but this car took off. And I just like, whatever. Yeah, neighbors over there, I can see them. More hindsight. Should I have gotten up and looked at it? I'm sitting there, and okay, video's over. I haven't really paid attention to it. I don't hear it over the house. Video's over, we're taking like everybody, and I get up. Now that might have been another 5-8 minutes. And I get up, and I open the Star's door, and I walk out in the hall. "Hey, baby!" And I hear, "Oh, okay, cool." So I put 2 and 2 together. She jumped with another friend, all that down the road. For phone was gone and her zipper wallet was missing. Okay. So now I figured Jen's gone, so what do I do? I'm looking at my phone all day. Well, I'm going to call her or not? And every time he's like, why don't you stop bugging me until you know I'm done? I'll let you know when I'm done. I stayed off of it. I didn't say one. I lollygagged around for maybe a couple hours. By that time, it was what, 10:34 to 11? I got to go to work tomorrow. See them up 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Curling up in the bed, going to sleep. Kind of wondered why now. She should have been home, but well, okay, maybe she's having another bath on. And I love her to death. Next morning, the alarm's going off. Stars wakes up anyway. Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. Okay, come on, kid, let's get ready for school. Where's Mommy? I don't know. Mommy didn't come home. And I'm like, okay, Mom didn't come home. I don't know exactly what time I texted her, but I know it was at least 6:45, because I put them kids on the school bus by 6:15.
What did you want to text her?
I can't remember exactly. It was on my other phone. I might have called her, because she has 3 things that I talk to her on. I talk to her on the phone, I talk to her on a regular text messaging, and then they have a Facebook message. And she jumps back and forth between them 2 messages. So I know I text her, it's like, hey, or whatever. We'd have to look it up on the phone. Exactly. I mean, my exact words. But like, you didn't come home or whatever, or you're going to work, or did you go to work or something, or whatever. I don't think it's But I did go into the closet and look. I mean, all her uniforms, she's got 7 to 8 to 10 different uniforms. She wears t-shirts, made blue things, and all that sort of thing. And, you know, I couldn't tell you that she took her work uniform with her, but that wasn't my assumption. My assumption was that she went with some dude. And maybe, I mean, she didn't answer me when I called her, and it went directly to voicemail. And I'm like, okay. So she does that sometimes. She'll send me a message. You might even see it in the messaging. Or it'll be on when she's talking to me. Well, I'm not coming home then. You ever want to say that to you? No. That's her. That's her. And she, whatever. So I let the day go by. I'm kind of being respectful. I kept the kids home from school. I'm kind of like, you understand? I might try to call her again.
Why didn't you let the kids go to school?
I don't know. I just kind of, I don't know. Something struck me funny about it. Just the way that she had her phone off, maybe. So I had to call her maybe before I even took the kids to school. Dude, I kept the kids out of school for a week. The Facebook Messenger, which I didn't even download on this phone, is ringing. It's Jen's brother. So I'm like, whoa, Kevin, hey, what's up, buddy? And about the time I'm about to tell him, at the same time he says, have you heard from Jennifer? I said, no, why? She hauled on me this last night. And he says, well, her work called me. Amy from work called me to find out if I've heard from her. And it struck me so funny as to why, and I'm going to tell you this too, why this lady from her job called. I think she might have had an idea that Jen was up something. I don't know this. I did not know this. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But this lady from this job, who is not her boss, calls my brother-in-law and asks if he knows anything about Jen. Have you heard from her?
Right.
Okay? He's a 16-year-old kid. He's 1,800 miles away from you. I have no idea how he talks to his sister.
Well, they call him not you.
I'm 32 miles away.
Yeah.
When Jen had her gallbladder attack, Amy called me.
Yeah.
That's what I don't catch in the whole beginning mess of this. Why somebody knew something. Anyway, Facebook here, I posted a post about my missing wife, and it was flagged off of Facebook, and I guarantee you less than an hour, might have been less than 15 minutes. Next thing you know, her sister's on there. Oh my God, my sister, and oh, my sister is gone. Oh, I'm having such an issue. So I texted Missy, and I said, Melissa. She refused to answer my call. And then there was some other woman that came up there sending me, and I'm just openly, heartedly talking to anybody. It's like, yeah, Jen took off. Some other one, what the hell's her name? Catherine something. And sends me these rude messages on here. I'm like, whoa, I'm just telling you that Jen has been seeing guys offline. I think she took off on me and all to ask for somebody. And I haven't heard from her. This girl said, I don't care who's she's sucking. I need her emails and her passwords and all this shit. That's in the freaking text messages. Well, dude, let's talk some more, please.
Well, we kind of sped past from you waking up, going to HEB, then all of a sudden it's nighttime. What did you do after you got back from HEB?
I did her hair, made food.
What time did you do her hair?
3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe.
So you woke up at 8.
Spent the morning with the kids.
Went to HEB.
Went to HEB sometime in the
What
daytime.
y'all do for lunch?
That is our lunch. We eat like once a day. Plus junk food out of the cabinets, and the kids are running rampant all over the house. And please stop.
So what was she doing during this time?
She's on them video game apps. We're talking
living room,
in her bedroom. That's where she lives.
So,
And me, I worked on my car. I was putting you have to come see it. I had all the interior out of my car. I had it all masked off at one point in time. We were painting it. I was peeling the masking tape off and my plasticking and all that junk. Put my door panels on. I put my tail. That's what I basically did in the afternoon. Put my tail lights on, plus tend to the kids and the dogs and whatnot. That's basically how I spent my afternoon up until the evening. And hey, do you want something to eat? You know, came along. That was pushing dark. And by the time it gets dark up there in Granbury, buddy.
how long did it take you to dye her hair?
Maybe an hour.
An hour.
Plus minus. Well, if you do it 2 shots, because you do it, they might have been longer than that. Maybe longer than that, because you do 1 shot of one color, she goes in and rinses it off, goes out, blow dries all this crap off, then she comes back to you later, and I did the other half, the blonde. So I did the brown first, then I did the blonde afterwards. And then she fixed herself all up and did all her pictures and all that bullshit. And she sent them to me. And, basically, but I spent time with, working on my car. That's what I do. Work on my car. I tended to my kids all day. And my chihuahuas, my dogs. I can't say if I even went to Tommy's, but occasionally I'll take them to McDonald's. It's just no telling what I do. But I, spent the afternoon being me amongst the family. I can give you that honestly. And
So as far as you know, she took her phone with her.
Oh, I know she did.
What do you know she did?
Well, assuming she did, she just not in the house.
Okay.
Assuming that, yeah, you're making a point.
Yeah.
You were making a very good
She
point.
left her out.
Yeah, just like me saying she took off with a guy in a car. I did not see her get in the car. And I tell you that honestly. I did not see her get in the car. I heard her car speed off that evening. Correct? I know she left out of the house, and she said shush to the dogs. And a few moments later, I heard her car zoom off down the road. Now, we get a lot of cars off down the road. And here's another one, too. James tells me. Now, I know she sees other men, too. Because James says to me the other day, he says, Daddy, I see Mom's boyfriend. Well, that's a joke we always make, ain't Mom's boyfriend. And I said, really? What's he look like? He said, well, he's Chinese. Chinese? Star says, yeah, he's got little eyes. Somebody can go and see the wrong at work. And he says to me, I asked him a few times, yeah, crushing kids. And he says, he speaks Spanish. and it has a big shiny white truck. And Star says, yeah, with small tires. Now, how much could they elaborate that story up to make it sound like that? Because that came from a kid's voice.
Yeah.
And usually a kid saying, hey, a guy in a white truck came over and looked Chinese, speaks Spanish. A Mexican guy came over in a white truck, so somewhere along the line.
What about, do y'all keep weapons in the house?
No, absolutely not. We have, but no, we went through that mess, and it's like, please this has to go. We had it's hers. Tell you honestly, she supposedly got rid of them. We had a 25 automatic, which was some kind of little Mickey Mouse pea shooter pistol thing. That's hers. And 222 rifles. And she had a thing, I didn't have a problem with it. I had no problem with it. We need to get rid of these. Well, sure, there's a BB gun in there that doesn't work. It doesn't have a thing that's go back.
Why go decide to get rid of it?
It was just her thing. Maybe her with her work, with her movies, or whatever she watches. Now, get this. We shot them one time in Granbury at this pirate den. You ever heard of that? I went in there with her. We bought a box of bullets from some, I don't know the name of them down there, Marksman, that's him. He fixed one of these guns because it jammed up all the time, and it was sunk underwater in the Toyota 4-wheel drive out of the water. They used to have big mud trucks.
Is this a rifle or
This is a rifle. The pistol she kept under her wraps.
what do you mean?
That's hers. Whenever she kept
Did
that.
she buy it in Florida?
It was bought at a gun show in Florida.
Okay. Did she carry that with her, or?
That I know of, no. I can't say I've ever seen it in her purse.
Where did she keep it at the house?
At the house we had a gun case at one point in time that she purchased from the Flying J truck stop. That she kept it. That gun case is non-existent. I was assumed with her that she got rid of all of them, because I told her that day, this has been a long time, man. This has been, how long ago was that? We'd have to look on Facebook and find out the picture of her. She's a dead shot with a gun. She cut the center out of a target at full length. I call it the shooting gallery with a 22 rifle. That girl got eye on her like you guys, but I never seen her shoot on that model.
When's the last time you saw that pistol?
3-4 months ago. More than that. I actually physically saw a pistol. I can't even say the beginning of the year. When was the last time? Let me look at my Facebook.
That's all right. I was just wondering if
It's probably on Facebook.
I'm just thinking maybe if she took off with it or something.
That's a possibility.
What about
But see, she
what
told me
about
she told me she got rid of them. She got rid of there was a 1022. They came from, I think they came from a gun show or Cash America Farm in Florida. And then there was a 22 Marlin that I had since I was 18 years old, and I was in tears over her saying this has to go. So I'm like, fine, we never shoot them anyway. Well, I've got kids, and we don't need guns in this house. Fine, get rid of them.
So how long ago was that she wanted to get rid of all the guns?
After we went shooting that one day. And I want to think it was someone affiliated with her work that got them.
That bought the guns?
I'm not certain.
Okay.
Jen can tell you.
But did she tell you she got rid of all 3 of them, or did she just say she got rid of
We
them?
have to get rid of them, she says.
Okay.
Now, whether she took them on her own, I mean, they just laid in the closet in gun cases and things. And I don't them. So, I mean, that's some shit from my childhood. She was the big, I gotta go shooting.
So did she ever, was she ever physical with you to a point where you had to defend yourself?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, my God, I had her arrested.
You had her arrested?
Yeah.
What was that?
One year, I can't remember. We're in Florida.
Okay.
We hadn't been together a couple of years. She's an angry person. Her brother I'll tell you the shooting thing, her brother was a prisoner, got out of prison, was at the house, pushing on all these girls one night. You want some of this? Let's say how physical Jen is. You guys think you're tough? She punched a hardened prisoner out in one lick. Bow! Knocked him out. The boy was laying on the ground shivering.
So you couldn't take her?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Where do you think she is?
At the moment, probably dead, because I haven't heard from him.
Listen to that answer one more time. The detective asks where he thinks his wife is, and Edward says, probably dead. Not, I hope she's okay. Not, I'm terrified something happened to her. Probably dead. As if it is a logical conclusion from the fact that she hasn't texted him back. He has spent the past 35 minutes telling this detective what a terrible wife Jennifer was, how she cheated, how she ran off, how she was always disappearing, and now when asked directly where she is, his first thought is that she is probably dead, because he already knows she is. And somewhere in that answer, behind all the stories about boyfriends and weight and video games, that knowledge slips out for just 1 second.
Why do you think that?
I'm just saying off the top of the head. Because normally Jen, when she calls on me, she contacts me.
So, if you think, how does that make you feel about this?
Scared to death.
Well, what would make you scared if she's... If you
Well,
think she's
scared, I'm my wife, something's happened to my wife.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I guess...
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm tripping over it because, look, Jen has left me to go have a man. She has left me before, and within 12 hours or a day, there's always some type of conflict. Mm-hmm. There's someone has heard something from Jen. She can't shut up.
Yeah.
No. She has to be known. I mean, unless she's truly taken herself into a new identity or met herself a sugar daddy that's sprung her off of Tahiti.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is she? And I'm asking you. You tell. Because normally she would be in contact with someone, me especially. I mean, I'm her rock. I'm the guy that she leans on. I'm the guy that she depends on. I'm the guy that goes to the hospital when you're hurting. And that hurts me inside, that she's not made with contact.
Yeah.
But now after she run off.
She took her phone with her?
As far as I know she did.
Okay.
Well, he stopped me in the middle of that a while ago. But yeah, her phone is not in the house. I told her aunt today on Facebook or her friend, whoever it was like, you know, I'm a wreck. I mean, I'm a man inside, dude. But I'm going to tell you who cries. I don't work here every day. But, we got to keep it together.
Well, what makes you so upset about it?
I'm not upset. I am upset. She's gone, dude.
You said you cried your eyes out. So.
Right, because my wife's gone. She's not here. My normality is not normal now because she's not here.
Yeah.
And it's agonizing. I don't know the correct word to use. It's agonizing for me. Now I'm like, which I've always been for the kids, but it's double time. It's like, especially as of now, this has been, how many days has it been? 12? She's been gone.
I got to tell you, when we do these investigations, and it's kind of hard for us because we got to look at everything, right?
Awesome.
So we got to ask the hard questions.
Okay.
Right? I mean, obviously, you've told us some pretty hard stuff to talk about, right?
I can tell you everything I know and more, again and again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Did you have anything to do with your wife disappearing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. You didn't hurt your wife?
Absolutely not.
You didn't kill your wife?
Absolutely not.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first time in almost 40 minutes that the detective asks him directly. And Edward answers immediately, absolutely not. No hesitation, no pause. And then, in the same breath, he goes straight back to talking about Jennifer, how she cheated, how she left, how she was always doing this. Because that is the entire strategy. Answer the question in 2 words and bury it immediately under another story about what a terrible wife she was. It almost works. He is charming. He is talkative. He seems genuinely wounded. But the detective sitting across from him has already seen the van. and he already knows what is inside it.
Well, like I said, in doing this, it's the best way we can do it's like peeling back an onion, right? And once we can peel back a layer, we don't have to look at that layer anymore.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure
So
does.
that's one of the processes.
Okay.
And one thing that would help us with that is if we could get you to take a polygraph. Would you be good with that?
I guess if you really made me do it, I could, but
Well, I can make
I'm not
you do
trying
it.
to do that, no, but
What would be your
apprehension?
apprehension with that?
The whole thing is before, like you said, the whole thing is, and I'm not trying to talk you, sway your decision one way or the other.
Right.
The whole thing is anytime we're working with these, we kind of work it closest out to furthest.
Sure.
Okay? And look, you watching the cop shows, everybody.
I don't
You
watch
got
cops
it.
shows.
Well, but
I got you.
but
probably.
everybody's, anytime we do one of these, the first thing that anybody's going to look at is, okay, well, is the husband in the clear? So
Right, that's
so
how,
we-
yeah,
so
that's
we
how
can
I'm
move-
taking it.
so we
Like
can
everybody
move-
on face page is like, you do this.
And we need to be able to hush those people up so we
Right.
can concentrate on our investigation.
Right.
And so we can move the circle out a little further, and a little
Right.
further, and a little further.
The easiest way to be able to shut those
Yes.
people up is say, listen, man, he's done nothing but cooperate.
That's all I am gonna do.
And,
That's like,
we can say, he gives
that's
us
the
the
thing, I'm
phone.
giving you as much as I can now. It's like, if you don't believe me, come on, dude, wake up.
So how are they not going to believe a polygraph? We're going
Right.
to say, look, he took this polygraph and he passed it.
All right. Well, she took one on national TV and passed it something else. Don't ask me how to get that.
So,
Let me think on that a little bit. But I'll think on that. Whatever. I mean, what am I supposed to do, man? I'm giving you every bit of information I have.
well, again, that's.
I mean, that makes me feel so accused. I'm like, wow.
Well, no,
I'm dumping my heart and soul to you guys.
Edward, it's not. That's a investigative tool we use on every one of these
Right.
things. It's one way to get all these naysayers out of the picture where they're saying, well, man, she treated Edward like shit. She cheated on him. She did this, that, and the other. So he had every reason in the world to do something to her.
Yeah, but I didn't because I know that's the way Jen's been for a lot of years, and that's how Jen is. Jen is Jen. And I mean, that's Jen.
But there's a lot of people looking at this going to be like, that poor son just had all you could take. You get what I'm saying? I mean,
I could look at it from their point of view
Yeah.
on their, I don't want to call it self-centered. I don't know the right wording for that. What is the correct wording for that? But when people, I mean, people will stereotype you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And,
you notice neither one of us in here have judged you on this whole thing. I mean, you laid out some pretty funky
everything I know,
You laid out some pretty funky stuff that's not the normal.
No, it's truth.
Yeah, and we
Well,
don't.
it's absolute truth.
And we haven't judged you on that a bit. I mean, we see and
There's no
hear.
judgment on it.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that is how she is. And that's how things are.
That's the truest thing you said. The truth is the truth. You can't change
There's
the truth.
nobody.
And I think there's a lot of truth to what you said a while ago when you said you probably put up with a whole lot of this shit because of those two kids.
Exactly.
I mean, I get that.
It's nothing to do with her leaving other
Yeah.
than she hates me and she had to frickin' go
Yeah.
see her boyfriend.
So,
wherever she did.
I think you.
I mean, that's the bottom line of this whole deal, dude. I mean, that's the bottom line of this whole thing. It's like, she put the hall on me. I didn't with her. I'm a little frail old man.
He says this while trying to explain why he couldn't have done anything to Jennifer. He is just a frail old man, a small guy. She was bigger than him. She was the violent one. He was just trying to survive. This is the moment Edward Pautenis reveals exactly how he sees himself. Not as a 59-year-old man who owned multiple firearms. Not as someone who had been investigated before. Just a frail old man who got pushed around by his much younger wife for years. The detective nods, lets him talk, because in a few weeks, Edward is going to be sitting in this same building in handcuffs, and the frail old man story is going to need to hold up against Jennifer's blood in the back of his van.
Dude.
And nobody's saying anything but that.
Right.
Like I said,
That don't
We
make
got
any sense
to,
me.
we got to go through the whole process, right?
That makes me kind of feel in a way.
Oh, I understand.
Like you don't trust me. You know, but I can understand from your point of view that you have to look at each and every
Absolutely.
in exactly the same frame of mind that you were looking at.
Absolutely.
And I do understand that.
It's a hard deal. We have to do this.
I will consider that.
Okay.
Let me,
Understand.
I said, yeah, sure, right now. I mean, just let me think on this a minute here. Let me think on this a bit. And we'll talk.
Well,
Do I need to talk to a lawyer or something? It's not going to affect it.
you didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong.
So,
But putting my head on a chopping block, and
how would that be?
I'm just saying, do you actually believe in 100% of a polygraph? Even then, I mean, I can't say it. What am I supposed to say on this? I'm skeptical of it.
Well, here's the thing. They're very direct questions.
Certainly.
Okay. It's not, any hypothetical questions. It's not, it's very direct.
Fact-based.
That's fact-based
Right.
question. Did you kill your wife?
No.
Okay. So that may be one of the questions. If you didn't kill your wife, then that should be no problem.
So you understand, when I walked in, you are under arrest, right? You know you're in a detention, you know you're at the jail, and the jail's right back here. I'm going to spend probably only a little bit of time with you, because to be quite frank with you, you've made your bed. There's only a few things that, how do I say this, Ed? You know, here's the thing. When people see cases like this, I'm talking about people who are watching the jury, just real people, normal everyday people, right? They relate to things that they think, yeah, I can understand that. People don't relate to straight up evil. They don't relate to someone that's just off the wheel evil, right? I mean, I don't think anybody disagrees. Like, people just don't relate to that. I want to tell you something. It's like I don't care what you come up with. There is not a story that gets you out of that. There is not a story that gets you out of that, Ed. You can't even. There's not one. There's no person that can give you a helping hand to that. I think the only person that can help Ed is Ed. You know, CPS investigation concerning all of this, and the more stuff that CPS will find out. Come on, Ed. If you want to talk and help yourself, here's where we start. I mean, you lie a lot. That's bad. People don't like people that lie. People that lie means, well, I don't have to tell you what that means. I don't know what you want to do, Ed. I mean, I'm going to turn on a recorder, but I'm going to give you a chance to, have a little bit of time here, like, well, what happens with this or that? What if I help you? If I help you here, what does that mean? I will give you a little time for that, Ed. I wasn't really going to. I looked in your eyes when I was rushing this morning. I thought, you know what? Instead of going to eat lunch, because I am hungry, I want to eat right now. Instead of going to eat lunch, I'm going to go up there and talk to you. I'm pouring my heart out for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, like I said, I'll go turn around and record it. I'll give you some time to, like, well, if I'll help this, you know, I'm honestly giving you that chance at a lot of time. So, you take it or you don't, kid. I don't know how smart you are. I want you to be, just because human, man to man, I'm pouring my heart out for you. If you do it for me, you know, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, let me rephrase that. This is a disappointing thing in the big scheme. It's terrible, you know? But there's levels of terrible. You know this. There's like 99 terrible, and there's, let me tell you, before you go turn on that recording, I got some things to get off my chest about what she was doing to me. If I tell you, you know, whatever it is, Ed, I know you have it in you. I know you want to tell me, why is that blood in the back of that van? Why is that blood in the back of the van that you know is in the back of that van? You cleaned it. Why did you clean it?
You're telling me you found blood in the back of the van. I could say, well, maybe Jim had a period in the back of the van.
Say what the truth is what you're supposed to say, Ed. You know, there's no one in this world who's going to tell you anything different than that. Say what the truth is. Why did you clean it, Ed? Why did you clean the back of the van?
I just can't come up with the right answer to give you. I just trying to. I'm taking the kids forever, no doubt. Well, you guys taking my kids away from me. You know, I can't have them back. My kids, I gotta raise everybody's kids. One thing not be good, something. My kids.
My understanding is you're giving those kids away.
No, there's nobody giving their people away.
That's my misunderstanding.
I gave them away.
Okay.
No one gave them away.
Well, the other thing in Texas in the law,
Yes, sir.
there is a self-defense thing. I mean, I can break it straight up to you.
I need to hear
That's
that.
where you're at, and I think you are.
Yes, I am. Right?
So-
you need to hear that.
I understand this, all right?
You need to hear that. Okay? You're smart. You're embarrassed everyone else. You have no idea. I'm listening. Talk to me. I'm some more. Please. I'm sorry. I just.
It breaks my heart for you. I'm sorry, Ed. I mean, it breaks my heart because I know it's been so bad for you.
It's bad. Not no, not. Get back there.
Yeah, let's see. You know, like, is this is self-defense? Don't catch yourself out.
Okay?
Do you hear what I'm saying?
You see that right there?
Yeah.
That's not. You'll stand up next to you, get your butt up here. I'm not violent. Please. Please. Please, don't.
What's
That right there is a bullet hole. And right there is where it was at the edge of coming out of the way in. that way. And that's where I had to go like this, because she was coming after my, and I shot myself up the arm, trying to stop her from coming at me with a 25, and I shot her, and she still after me. Then I ran in my living room, and I grabbed my 22, and I shot the out of her.
He is showing the detective a scar on his hand and telling his story of self-defense. She attacked him. He panicked. He shot himself trying to stop her, and then he ran to get more guns. Listen to what he is describing. He shot his wife with a pistol. She kept coming. He ran to get a rifle, shot her with that. It jammed. He got another rifle and kept shooting until she fell down next to the bed. And then he walked down the hall to where his children were sleeping and told them mommy was playing a Halloween prank and put them to bed and drove out to a field. This is the story he has been building toward for the past hour. This is what all the cheating stories and the wait comments and the frail old man routine were leading to. And it is the most damning thing he could have possibly said.
When she was calling somebody on the phone, and she said, "He's killing me!" All right. And she was coming after me, so. You believe me now?
Yes, I do.
Do you actually believe me now?
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, no, you do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. No. You hurt so bad. You hurt so bad. You have no idea how bad it hurt. It was right here on my skin. I couldn't get it out. My hand was all numb. I took a razor blade and sliced it, reaching there, pulled it out with a sharp wires. It hurt. My head's still there. Why did that happen? Why? Why? What drew up to that? Let me tell you. You want me to tell you that? What you want to tell? What you say that boy? I'm pretty sure she was talking to him the whole way back, but I don't know who she talked to. Did you do any research on that? And she says, "Why does she said it to her?" No. What else she was saying? She says, "Well, I think I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna go move in with Lauren." I said, "Who are you talking to on the phone? Is that your boyfriend? Is it your boyfriend on the phone?" You have to really make a joke like that because of these guys that she meets. It just kind of blew it off back and forth. That went on in the afternoon. That's pretty much where it went. And by evening time, I don't think it was such a head rush to me. You gotta believe me. I can't. Can I say I wasn't insane? I can't tell you all even. She says, "Well, I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna leave or I'm gonna do some bullshit." I said, "You're crazy. Say that to me again." And she goes, "No, believe me, I'm gonna go move in with Lauren." I don't think Lauren had a clue. I don't think Lauren was even talking to her. Lauren? No, I think she was boyfriend with. Well, no, you know. No, I can tell you, I went down the hall and she just flatlined. I just kept telling her, back off here. I don't need you in here. I don't need you that. And she, okay, in my van. You have my van here? Yes. In the van, there's a jewelry box in there that belonged to my father that was in the Marine Corps. And you open the back of that van, that jewelry box out, and there's a gold necklace in there, it's a piece to it that I put there, and I picked up all off my 40, she snatched off my fucking neck. And when football walking me into the house, and I ran down the hallway, And I kept the 25 up on top of the shelf, way up top, so the kids can get it. And she goes, and she comes running back down at me, and she goes, oh my God. She runs down the hall. I can't remember what's happened, dude. I can't. Well, we was in the hall, somewhere between the bathroom and bedroom, maybe. I don't know what that was about. And she came, that's when she lunged at me. She like does the football lunge. And I just, she goes, what do you shoot me? Oh, you got it. That quick, and ran at me. And I just, that's when I was trying to defend myself. And I was trying to stop it. And that's how I'm telling you honestly, put me in the liquor chair sometime. I'm telling you the truth. I'm really telling you. And shot me, myself, in the hand. She still kept coming after me. And I shot myself once. I don't even know if I hit her any other time. Might have. And she was still after me. I ran in the laundry room and I had 22 in there and grabbed that shot. So she finally spun around, shot on the ground. She was on the phone with somebody, said, he's killing me. And it's honest. And that's honest. That's honest. That's honest. And I'm telling you, they don't have to make it shit up, trying to cover everything up. The kids are freaking out. What should I have done? Nothing? Should I just let her beat me like I did years ago? Did I just lose my temper, my cool finally? Had enough? Like you said? I had enough of it?
Yeah.
Kill me, man.
No, man.
Next time back and shoot me with your gun, you're gonna shoot me in the fire. Get me out of here. Do nothing, dude. Let me run. Just kill me. You don't. I can't live like this anymore. I didn't do anything on purpose. Like I'm gonna kill my wife because she's a big. It didn't happen like that, man.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm really sorry. I don't feel bad. I wish it didn't happen then. What did you kill me for? Well, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in jail because somebody mistreated me and treated me like shit. Lost my kids. I was hurt. Took away my pride, my joy, my everything I ever had. She had to give my pets up, everything else.
And like I said, it wasn't like you planned all this out. I mean, of course not, like you had enough. You want to give me like a location of where that went.
Well, what I did with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take you out there. I'm going for a ride. I got a cigarette.
You done right. What about
You gotta help me, right?
Right.
I don't care if you kill me, man. Just help me.
I will.
Man, you have no idea. You have no idea what it was like to be me. You just see, you ever get this crap out of what my teeth. I just boiled them with that stuff and it still does this. Covered his Granbury death.
Yeah, now we'll take a ride. Whereabouts are we going?
It's not far from Pecan Plantation because I don't know much about these roads.
Okay.
I don't know my way around these counties.
Yeah.
I can tell you go there and turn left from there or something. I don't know the roads.
All right. When's the last time you were there?
The day that all that happened.
Okay. Well, let me get out there, like I said, and give me some water. I'm gonna get somebody out here to get you a smoke break, and we'll hop in the truck. Does that sound good to you? Yes, and that's the right thing to do. Let's see if I can get it.
The following morning, wake up and start the normal daily routine. The normal daily routine. Dad takes care of the kids. Dad feeds the kids. Dad makes sure the kids have fun. I'm dad. Jen sleeps in. Jen's on the phone. Jen's playing video games, an online video game app called PUBG, where she can chat, and she picks up a lot of these men on this video game app. Mm-hmm. And she has Kick, I don't know all the names of them, mm-hmm. and there's some other ones. And she spends the majority of her day in that bedroom, behind a closed door, about that side right there. No, she don't lock us out, but she spends her little life behind that door. How it even happened is hard to determine to say, because everything happens so fast. But she got up, and I remember her saying, "Get out. It's time for you to get out of here, blah, 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 blah." And she threw her phone down on the mattress there. I can remember her saying that. It's been such a blur. And she turned towards me, and she says, "I said, get out," or something. I remember she was saying, and yelling at me. Like she didn't want me down the hall. And she was watching videos or whatever. Well, I know the video of her. And when she would get physical towards me, I'm not a physical guy. I mean, I'm like an old shriveled up guy. I'm not a violent person. She would come at you with what I would describe as like a football mode block, and try blocking me up into the wall. Like, but in a smart mouth kind of way, but she wasn't. And gold necklace on that I had for years. And she snatched that off, somewhat tripping me, however. But she was angry. And I got scared. I was scared of get my kicked again, because she beat me up plenty. It's honest God. I'm ashamed to really say it. She's a 250, 60 pound woman, 120, 110 pound guy, and she and plenty of times. And she only went arrested for it once. I should have left her years ago. I probably wouldn't have been in the situation I'm in today. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, I was going to ask you why did you leave? Yeah. Why you stayed so long?
I don't know.
So she snatched
the necklace from me, was basically attacking me. And, it happened so fast, it was so hard, and comes at me and comes back and forth, and I'm like, I can't say the kids were paying attention. I can't, because I don't recall that they even seen it. Anyway, she chased me partway down that hall. But come on. All this mouth, like, she was nasty. And you meet her. She has this bubbly personality of, "Oh, hi, it's me." That's the bullshit side of it. It's not the side of it. Mm-hmm. You go back into some of her postings on her face pages, and that's just called social media. See some of the anger in some of that posts. Mm-hmm. And you put that together, you put two and two together.
So she started to chase you down the hall?
Basically, yeah. And it was kind of start, stop. Come on. So I don't even know how it happened, but she blocked me up into the wall, somewhere near where Star's room, the water heater, Star's room. It happened fast. And I mean, that shit hurt and rocked me. And I ran down the hallway, because I was kind of getting it at that point. I won't say I was in fear for my life, but I was scared. She was basically bullying me into the wall, up and down that hallway, a little bit there. And I got scared. I ran around into my living room, and we had a 25 automatic pistol sitting up on top of the shelf. I kept it way up there, set way up in the top inside a pair of shoes, where nobody even knew was there. And she came running down towards me, and then I just ran around the corner, and what made me do that, I don't know. I was scared for my life. I wasn't pre-planning, I'm going to do this for her someday. I was absolutely, it's scary. I was scared. And I grabbed this pistol, and she's running back the other direction, and then turns around at me right in the little hallway. She's at the end of the hallway, by the door to the bedroom. And I'm like, "Jen," I can't remember exactly what it was even said. And she just kept she looked at me one more time, and I can't stand up straight, but she leaned over towards me like she was gonna run like one of the, like a football linebacker, and came at me. And when I did, I was blocking her from coming at you. You know, I was scared. So I blam, shot her. That didn't faze her. Her adrenaline, I don't know. I've never done this in my life. I'm not a murderer person. Like, I didn't intentionally think I'm going to kill her. I did not. I was scared to shit. She chased me, or when she was looking at me, if you put it, I ran into the laundry room, which was right next to us, and I had the 22s in there. And most of the guns that we had in the house, we kept them loaded. But they were in a safe spot. But she's like, she was basically starting to chase after me. But still, after I know I shot her. I grabbed one of these 22s that sat there for who knows how many, and we've been there 2 years, whatever. And I grabbed that 22 rifle and I turned around and looked at her, and I shot her with that to stop her still. And that, I don't know if it shot 2 bullets and it jammed up. And I tossed that one down and grabbed the other one, and the other one had a big, I don't know if it had a clip in it or not, but it was one of them ones that had a clip in it. And the more that she just kept coming at me, and I just sat there and shot her and just blah, 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 blah. I had to stop her. And finally she spun around and she fell down on the ground right next to the bed. And that's where she landed. And eventually the kids come down the hall, see Mom laying there. And so what happened? Now from this, where I shot myself, in defending myself from her ass, there was blood all over this house. Now these guys, for you, came there, you tell them. I was a mess, wasn't it? There was blood for me. And Jen fell in her spot. There was blood all over the house for me. So, and I'm not a good liar. I really ain't. I told the kids that, well, when they saw their mom, it's like, they said, what happened to your hand, Daddy? I said, my arm, because it looked like my hand. And so I stabbed myself with a screwdriver. And then when they saw Mom laying there, they said, what's wrong with Mommy? And I was like, well, Mommy, we're just playing a Halloween joke. It was only a couple days before Halloween. And it's just time to go to bed. Okay. And they went right to bed for me. And I picked up Jen's thing and cleaned all that mess up and took her someplace, and I wasn't excited.
Someplace where you take her?
Out to, I don't know my way around the county lot to describe it, but just down the road in a patch.
Buried her there?
No, I didn't.
You just threw her there?
Pushed her off. I wrapped her up in something and pushed her out.
On January 17th, 2023, a jury convicted Edward Pautenis of murder and tampering with evidence. He was sentenced to life in prison. The tampering charge, for hiding Jennifer's body and concealing the van, added an additional 10 years running concurrently. The jury didn't take long. Think about what this man did. He shot his wife with 3 different weapons while their children were home, told those children it was a Halloween prank, put them to bed, drove out to a field and left her there, came back, cleaned up the blood, hid his van in a storage unit across the state, and then sat down with detectives and spent an hour talking about her weight and her boyfriends and her cheating. His children drew pictures of what they saw that night. A man with a gun, a woman on the ground, floating up to the sky. In 2024, Edward Pautenis filed an appeal claiming his confession was made under pressure. The Texas Court of Appeals disagreed. The conviction stands. Jennifer Pautenis was 29 years old. She was an EMS worker, a mother of 2, the kind of person who spent her days saving other people's lives. And she died in her own home while her children slept down the hall. Edward thought he was the frail old man who put up with too much. The jury saw something different. They were right.